Hello, class. So here we are again, this week covering chapter 9. And for our discussion this week, we're asked, how can you become a more effective communicator? For this one, there's like several ways that I believe that you could become an effective communicator. Uh, I guess the first reason slash kind of like factor that you could implement is being more straightforward. Um, I know a lot of the times when we're in a workplace, or any type of community where you have to communicate with people. We want to be nice, and we want to be considerate of other people. Um, Although this is good, I think it's also good to be straightforward when it comes to working on a team or being part of a workforce. It's better to be straightforward. Obviously being respectful, but you do want to be straightforward just so there's no miscommunications. Um, so being in the military, the one thing that we're taught is to obviously speak up, uh, whether it be from the smallest detail to anything extreme, that could save lives. So you always want to be in communication, with your peers, and then also with the people above you. So another thing that I think we should consider also is how you talk to your leaders, all the people above you. So although we may have people that are above us, and there are people that are our bosses pretty much. It's always good to communicate straightforward with them as well. That way, they can kind of know your needs and what you think we should do, or your expectations. Um, One thing I always had, so I was a sergeant, so I did have usually 3 to 4 soldiers that I was in charge of, and I would always let them know, to kind of just be straightforward with me, because as long as they're straightforward with me, and nobody lies to anybody, and we're all kind of all on the same page, then that makes everything flow way much better than a bunch of like beating around the bush, or coming up with little lies or whatever. It's always better to just be straightforward, and also honesty as well. That's also another thing when it comes to communication. You do want to be honest. Um, I'm not sure exactly in the workforce how bad it could be. If you come off as lying or disrespectful, but in the military, if that were to happen, then we get checked right away. Um, so yeah, first one being being straightforward. Second, one being um, you know being respectful, and also being effective the way you communicate. I guess another factor would also be, always just making sure that everyone's on the same page. So like I said, I was a sergeant, so I'd always have my soldiers, communicating with me, whether it be the smallest detail of them going somewhere, during work, or after work, if they're gonna go out, to some sightseeing or anything or whatever. I'd always tell them just to check in with me. That's also another effective way, always being connected with your leaders, and also your peers too. Yeah, I think those are like the three kind of best ways I would be able to answer this discussion question. And yeah, that's it for this one. Thank you.